Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. So here's a Hey Vinny question, and it goes out to at WPGEN Lighten for Truth 2. 12 days ago, he posted a question, which is it's kind of a multiple question, but we're going to see if we can answer this whole thing in a quick little explanation. It says, hey Vinny, I have a question. Does the voltage accumulate with every winding on the wheel from start to finish as one voltage? Great question. Thank you, Enlightenment, for truth. Well, let's get into it. In the setup of the wheel, in reference to the windings, we're going to have to visit our friend Henry, because Henry is what makes magnetism, inductance. So we're going to look at a little spurt that's in American Science magazine, and the note is the Henry, Joseph Henry. You ready? If a current of 1 amp flowing through a coil produces a flux, like a linkage of 1 Weber turn, the coil has self-inductance. The coil has self-inductance of 1 Henry. 1 Henry shows up. What's good about that is that 1 Henry also equals 1 volt. Self-inductance. Every turn does exactly what I just read out. And basically, it amplifies the voltage. Now, in edge wheel, unfortunately, it's not a Tesla coil. Because in Tesla coil, you would have this voltage amplification based on all of 1 unit. But in edge wheel, it's based on different circuits. Like you'll have the rubber band part with the wheel turning, not edge wheel, but the Bendini wheel is electrostatic, okay? Ed had to get electrostatics. He couldn't make electrostatics by, well, you can make electrostatic this way. Let's go old-timey. You ready for this, guys? If you build a trioid, okay, like a aluminum trioid, non-magnetic, hear me out, non-magnetic. Whoa, where'd this come from? Here's a trioid, all aluminum, okay, a hollow chamber. And with that being said, when you have non-collapsing, like I do in the Tesla coil, should I get the example? I guess I should. When you have a non-collapsing field, here we go. I'll put this on my lap. When you have a non-collapsing field, you have your primary here, and you bang it. You know what you're banging in the primary? You're making an electromagnetic field that's expanding up, okay? When it expands up, it runs up the wire, becomes a charge, then it releases and collapses, okay? The key here in this whole process is to not allow it to collapse fully. You want it to collapse 70%. 30% you keep. And when you keep 30%, you're producing a harmonic, because basically the energy that's still pumping up and down here from the magnetic field doing it never gets fully released. So it builds up in here. And guess what? The key we're doing over here with Edge Wheel, the key is this. A non-collapsing magnetic field becomes static, stable, static. So when you have a static field, you get the sparks coming out. You got lightning. Think about it. Come on now. So, hopefully, I didn't go too far off, but lightning you, it depends. And in regards to Ed's wheel, there's many different circuits, whether it's high voltage, whether it's electromagnetic, because on the poles here, the ones that go up and down in the ground, they are the ones that are going to have hollow cores. The core is not going to have any core in it. It's going to be a hollow core, and what that'll do, it'll allow the 70% to be released. And what happens to the 30%? It comes out the PMHs slamming into each other, creating a stronger magnetic field. In Cohen's 2, Ed's wheel banging, not even moving, but the magnetic field between the iron, the magnets there, are all releasing at different times, and are all set up through timers. So if this is accurate, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. There's 3 different circuits that I'm working on. So, you guys, leave your comments. I may answer your comment back. Hopefully you enjoyed the information. I had a good time hanging out with you. Peace out. Fight off the negative energy. Don't let the peeps tell you what to do in life. Hey, go get it. Tear it up. That's Ed's antenna. That's Ed's antenna. Before I get off the phone, I'm going to give a shout out to people who I truly respect out there. And if you're on the list, I love you. I love you anyway, whether you're on the list or not. If you don't make the cut, I still love you. Leave your comments. Whether you're going to be rude, shrewd, or crude, or very joyful and pleasant, I'm still going to answer you. I'm not scared. So, I'm going to give out 9 credits to my most favorite individuals out there that helped me along my path. Number 1 goes out to Pythagoras. Pythagoras, he's the one responsible for our troubadour, for our sound and harmonics. Thank you, Pythagoras. Thank you. Number 2 in my list, Galileo. Galileo is our troubadour for the stars. My number 3, bam, is one of my favorites. And that one goes out to Merlin. Why Merlin? Merlin. Alchemy. All alchemy. My boy Merlin. And he's a favorite magic ear, okay? Meaning like he was able to make flame and use phosphorus and use different chemicals together and just make different potions and stuff. So he was like a magician, pretty much. My number 4 goes out to Newton. Newton's gravity and speed, calculated speed through gravity. So my number 5 is one of my number 3 favorites, and this is Benjamin Franklin for electrostatics. And he's a major part of this, beside Ed Lee Scallon getting me into this stuff. He kind of got me down the rabbit hole. So, number 6, James Clerk Maxwell, ether, bam. He's the man. All right. Let's go to number 7. Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday is way up there because he gave us capacitance and magnetic fields and also farads. 1 farad is a Michael Faraday. 1 square mile is a farad. Boof! Take 1 square mile and you got 1 farad. Think about those capacitors inside the back of your cars. How many farads they have? How many square miles of damn capacitance? Put that in your damn pipe and smoke it. All right, next one is going to be number 8. Kepler. Woo, he says. Why? Woo. Gives us the second law of planetary motion. Are you kidding me? Do you know how important that is? Woo. All right, enough time. Play around. Number 9. Number 1 on my list. It's got to go to Bach. Because Bach gave us musical composition. Sound at an echo chamber. So if you were to take a substance, wood is a good absorbing material, like the guitars behind me over there. So you get a reverberation back at you. You won't get it in ether. You got to amplify it. For us to even get stuff when we send it off, it's got to be amplification at its finest. Hey, almost 12 minutes. Love you. Leave your comments. Hey, Vinny is what I want you to respect. My Vinny is my old dog's name that passed away, my blue Doberman. But I like the Hey Vinny because I like to say, hey Vinny, got a question. So leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Peace out.